Oh, and dear diarrhea, I forgot to mention, my blood pressure is just below well, it's within the normal range, so that's good. Well, t- high normal, you know, and I want to get it into the normal range. But and like I said, last week, you know, it is what it is. Or the week before, you know. But yeah, no alcohol whatsoever. Um, no beer. I'm not much of a beer drinker. I think I'll probably because of the amount of alcohol I drink and I drink the hard liquor. Um, it'll have to be like every 3 months, at best. You know what I mean? Because I bender. So you drink half a gallon or 3/4 of a gallon of alcohol in one sitting. Once a month isn't going to cut it. Ideally, I'll never quit drinking completely. But I'd cut way back. And I do actually enjoy beer. I've said this before. I can only drink one because you get that full feeling and you kind of get an aftertaste. You can't enjoy it. So I'll probably, once I get past this hurdle and shit, I'll just have a 6-pack of beer in the fridge and I'll drink one beer in the evening. And then once I get done with that 6-pack, I'll buy another one. But then I'm on the road. I'm not going to drink a beer a day. That would be too much, in my opinion. I'm going to drink, 1 to 2 beers every 6 days. And like I said, I like to change it. 1 week it'll be Guinness. Got to drink Guinness in a glass, by the way. Next week it'll be Sam Adams. I really like Sam Adams. Got to drink that in a glass too. You don't have to, but I prefer it. It's a good beer when you take a swig out of the glass and it's a little bit lower and the foam, you can still see like where the original level was. And I remember the old commercials, the guy, I'm Jim Cook, founder and owner of Sam Adams Brewery. And he'd talk about, the head should be thick like meringue, and stuff like that. And he wasn't wrong. That was a long time ago. But them commercials. But yeah, I like Sam Adams. Modelo. I do not like Corona. I do not like Tecate. Cerveza, back when it was around. I liked it. But I don't think it's around anymore. Anyway, you get my point. I'm not one of these guys who I'm not a one brand kind of guy. And I'm not a guy who, these guys who buy like a, 84 pack of Swill Light, and that's what they drink with their food. That's what they drink when they're watching their TV. They just drink like 3 beers, a night. And they got a big old beer gut and all that. So ironically, I will probably, like I said, I'm weird, right? I do a delicate dance of awesomeness when I want to and or need to. So it's kind of ironic. I will cut way back on the hard liquor, and I will start drinking more beer. Sounds bad, doesn't it? But it won't be a lot. So, and I'd like to start brewing my own beer and making my own sausage and mustard and barbecue sauce. I'd like to buy game meat. Just buy it. I don't want to go hunt it. You can buy it at places. I'd like to try bear. I hear it's like a very intense, like when they say, game meat has a gamey flavor to it. It's like bear takes the cake. I hear. I've never eaten it, but I guess most people turn it into a jerky or a sausage. But yeah, good stuff. But anyway, I added a fairly new video in my funny shit file. I forget the guy. He's a talker dude, and he shows clips of videos. And he was showing somebody. I'm not sure if it was Trump, like way back in the day when he was like 34 or what, but somebody was saying, unfortunately, it's not the person who with the most brains who necessarily gets elected to office, but it's the person with the biggest smile, and who can, schmooze the most bullshit. And then it showed Joe Biden, creepy Joe, little girl hair sniffing, creepy Joe. I still don't understand why that wasn't put on blast. Well, that's just what, Democrats do for each other, and leftists and liberals. If Trump did that, or anybody, it'd be, good God. You can find it. Well, maybe you can't now. Maybe it's been scrubbed, but yeah, he was like, he sniffed this girl's hair, and he actually said, he's all, hey, after the what have you, get with my granddaughter about the video. I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say, old man? Could you imagine if anybody other than creepy Joe Biden did that? Sniffed a girl's hair and then said, get with my granddaughter about the video. Huh? You want to elaborate on that? Mr. Burns? But that reminds me of that one guy. Yeah, I think I put that in a funny shit file too. He's better than he's ever been. He's got 50 years of experience. And if anybody, go ahead and start recording now, ladies and gentlemen. He reminds me of, who was the guy? His trusty servant, Smithers? Anyway.
He's not only my boss, but he's my friend.
Smithers, get in here, you worthless piece of shit. I don't know why I keep you around. I think that's the right guy. I don't know. But it reminds me of an episode. They were talking about Mr. Burns was going to like give back to the community or something, and he laughed and he was like, when pigs fly. And I guess something happened. It was a show about, I don't know, barbecue madness or something. And what was her name? Lisa was like, animals have feelings too. And she pushed this pig they had on a roaster down a hill, and the pig went flying out. And right after Mr. Burns said that, when pigs fly, the pig went flying across the sky. He's like, you shouldn't mention this to no one or whatever. But, yeah. Yep. Hang on, I gotta pick one more. Good enough, now I gotta blow my nose. And now, society is a literal episode of The Simpsons. Just the absurdity and the stupidness. I added another Amen video to the Amen Drop the Mic about airplanes. I mean, this shit is real, man. It was from Better Bachelor. Weak people make hard times. So... And the one with the CVS or whatever from My Future Bestie Cool Breeze. I guess they're saying that pain is bias. Some people suffer pain worse than others. So anyway, But the one with the creepy hair sniffing Joe, it showed him with a big old smile, and then the guy was like, "Yeah, he's got a point, and he had mentioned Abraham Lincoln, and he said someone like Abraham Lincoln, if they were around today, they probably wouldn't fare too well, because he was as serious as a heart attack or a lump of moss, depending who you ask, and he never smiled, and he was, just this, boring, statuesque dude." So I added that, and then that was, I don't know, a day or two ago. Today I saw a bumper sticker with none other than Abraham Lincoln on it. It was his outline, because everybody knows the outline of Abraham Lincoln. He did have sunglasses on, but yeah, everybody knows the outline. He didn't have his hat, but it was Abe. It was Abraham Lincoln. And, just like everybody knows Charles Manson's eyes. Just his eyes alone, it could just be a little sliver. And them crazily googly boogly peepers. You'd know. That's Charles Manson. So, he was a fruitcake. Back in the 60s, all that hippie shit. So, he wasn't shit. He was just a fucking hippie ass fruitcake who had a way with words, and he had that weird, look into your soul, say the right shit, classy zing zang zam zoom. Hey man, I'm a hip and jiving motherfucker, and he'd get people on board with his thought process, but he was just a punk. So, but anyway, I guess that's all I got to say about that. Sometimes life is weird like that. Like, I remember one time I did an audio presentation. I woke up and I saw, I think it was a license plate or something that was from Hawaii. And then I saw a call. This is all in the same day. I remember I did an audio presentation about it. It was like a Colorado plate with a license plate cover or whatever that was from Hawaii. And then I saw a bumper sticker that said something like, made, island made, or something like that. And that was weird. It's happened before. I know it has. It was something. It was license plate. I remember I mentioned it, but I don't remember what it was. And I saw 2 or 3 license plates that were all basically the same thing. One time when I was a kid, I was driving with my dad. We were driving home from somewhere, so it was only like 7 or 10 miles, because we lived in town. But we saw a bumper sticker that said Fahrvergnügen, which is a German word for like pure driving satisfaction or something like that. I don't think we saw it on a Volkswagen Bug either. I think we just saw it on some car. And then later we saw a bumper sticker that said Far from Pukin, and it was a stick figure holding 2 mugs of beer. And then the third one, I remember we laughed out loud because number one, it was the 3rd bumper sticker, and this one was the funniest one. It said fucking groovin'. And again, it was a stick figure like jamming, you could, like they were dancing. So, what is reality anyway, right? I'm not making this shit up. But, because I remember it clear as day, both me and my dad just laughed out loud. 3rd bumper sticker within like 7 miles, completely different cars. So. Anyway, guess that's all I gotta say, baby. Pretty sure. See, I'm drinking this bubbly. I'm free and clear, man. I can drink as much as this as I want, because I didn't drink as much as water as I wanted to today, so I'm a little dehydrated, right? Piss is a little brown. So I'm probably going to drink 2 more glasses of this and then go to bed. Now I'll have to get up and pee later, but it's carbonated. It's not a replacement for pop, but it's pretty close. It's better than LaCroix, however you pronounce it, and any of that other stuff. Bubbly. It's what winners drink. Get your plastic thermo mug with lots of ice so it holds the ice. Although there's something to be said for putting something in a glass too and it starts to like sweat, bubble up. Or no, but you know what I'm saying, condensation. So this summer I'm going to start making my own like lemonade and shit. An iced tea, that you you brew out in the sun, and then, put it in the fridge. It's got the little spout, so you just open the fridge door, put your glass with ice in there, you fill it. Maybe put a little spoonful of sugar in there, stir it up. Ooh, shit. The simple life, baby. Like I said, it's good to be a simpleton. Don't take much to be happy and content as a motherfucker.